typical mission for us at JChem Chemical Company would be anywhere from a metroplex such as Houston, Texas, up into North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, the Rocky States, and then on out into California. With the AdViz display system, you have the capability of making in-flight weather decisions based on XM reports without having to switch radios over to Flight Watch or another service, which enhances my ability to control the aircraft and make decisions as a single pilot operator in this aircraft. Terrain avoidance, traffic avoidance, all of these elements are fully integrated into the system. It's all there at a fingertip touch, very easy to learn to operate, and makes my job much, much easier, which enhances the productivity of this aircraft for the owner.
I think what the AdViz brings to the Citation 5 is an increased level of functionality under not only normal conditions, but also many failure conditions.
The Citation Service Center has been a great advocate of JChem Chemical Company due to the relationship that they've fostered with the company. When we pull into the ramp, maintenance technicians are right there, and they're ready to work on the airplane, as well as avionics technicians who are very familiar with the AdViz system. Have had no problems, and everyone is always eager to assist.
Not only are they buying into an avionics retrofit for the airplane, but they're buying into everything that Cessna stands behind to support that.
Let's go check out these AdViz flat panel displays.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay, here it comes.
Lights are good. You've got the avionics, DC volts and amps. You've checked. Battery temperature is good at 70.
Looks like pressure's good. Trim is in position. Flaps in position. 15 for takeoff.
Okay. And you are clear to the right.
Thank you. Okay, set power.
Thrust is set and matched. Airspeed's aligned. 79. Cross check is good. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate.
Good for gear.
At the tone, 19, climbing 20. Any one of the three displays can be selected to what the MFD is currently in, which is a composite mode, and it essentially captures all of the data needed to fly the airplane, and actually more, on one display. So it's got the attitude information, it's got navigation information, and it also has the engine information.
Additionally, with the AdViz system, utilization of a chart display only shrinks the engine instrumentation. It's still fully visible, and then you can view whichever chart you desire. It's also available in the map mode.
The period between departure and arrival can mean a completely different weather picture. And so what the XM does is brings real-time information into the cockpit so that we're not dealing with a thunderstorm that we thought was going to be there 3 hours ago that either is or isn't there now. We can also pull up AirMets or SIGMETs and get that information real time as well. But basically you've got basic XM weather overlays. You can also look at cloud tops, for example, or lightning strikes or storm cell movements, in addition to SIGMETs and AirMets, which is all text data. But at any rate, you have all of that capability available to you, but it's not something that is forced upon you, so you can select what you want to view and what you don't want to view, allowing you to tailor the system to your needs. In order to accommodate the different needs for viewing of charts, you do have the ability to look at different parts of the chart, whether you want to call up just the MINS page and zoom in on it or something of that nature, or you can look at the entire chart. If you zoom to the chart, now we can scroll the chart and view any particular portion of the chart that we so desire. The chart feature has several viewing zoom capability, or zoom levels rather. You can zoom. Most guys, I think, will leave it on one level in, but if you so choose, you can zoom in to be very close. Now, panning of the display becomes more important in that case, obviously. However, what it does do for you is, based on your preference, the system will allow the flexibility for you to zoom to whatever level you so choose. We're in bright sunlight today, and that brings up a couple of points. First, the day viewing mode for the charts is very readable. However, you can select night mode if you'd like on the left of the display, which allows you, when you're in lower light conditions, to not have the bright display and all of the white backlit, which is distracting at night. So there's a couple of modes there. We're distracted by direct sunlight, but yet the displays, because of their clarity and the crispness rather of the displays, are easily readable. You know, we've talked about charts and we've talked about maps a little bit, but obviously pilot preference varies, and so one of the things that is an option on the display is either an arc mode similar to where we're at now, or we can look at a full compass rose and use that for display if we so choose. In addition, we can allow the primary reference either to be VOR, or we can match it to the pilot's PFD, which would be the FMS, which just happens to be what he has selected now, or we can select something else. We can either choose to declutter and deselect the bearing pointers, or we can leave them up. Again, the displays are completely tailorable to pilot preference. You'll notice that heading is a full-time display, or displayed full-time rather, on the MFD. However, if I want to change it, all I have to do is rotate the knob that says heading, and you'll see that the heading information balloons, as we call it, and it gives the pilot real-time feedback as to what it is that he's actuating. So the balloon feature is something unique to the AdViz, and it makes setting many of the functions on the display more intuitive, and it's easier for the pilot to actuate. Another feature that the AdViz has incorporated is real-time indication of overspeed. You can see the overspeed barber pole, if you will, at the speed there. And then it also incorporates trend vectors. Yeah, another feature of the AdViz system is the incorporation of flight director modes into the primary flight display. There's also indication just to the right of the airspeed tape of the autopilot status. And whether it's an active mode or an armed mode, the flight director modes and the controlling mechanism for the airplane or the autopilot is displayed on the top of both PFDs. If you notice on the altitude tape currently, what's visible indicating that we are descending is a trend vector. It shows essentially the altitude that we will be at in 6 seconds. It's another feature incorporated both on the altitude tape as well as on the airspeed tape, and enhances situational awareness. The display integration is quite useful, but another feature that it has, and you'll see terrain is currently being displayed, and as we descend on our approach, although the terrain in Kansas isn't necessarily treacherous, it does begin to display to alert you to the fact that you are descending into near terrain conditions. In addition to normal terrain, what you'll see in the upper portion of the arc is a large tower that just happens to be west of Hutchinson. So not only do we see terrain, but we also see obstacles. So it's really all those things that can be displayed, whether it's the reference speeds that are displayed on the airspeed tape, or the flap limit speeds, or the trend vectors, or as we've got displayed on the MFD charts for the approach phase. It's all of those things that AdViz brings together to increase the pilot's situational awareness, whether we're operating in a two-crew environment or in many of the airplanes in a single pilot environment. It increases the pilot's situational awareness, and the bottom line is that it increases his basic level of safety, and that's good for everyone. So AdViz brings all of those things to the table, and quite frankly, for the price point at where it's at, is just a remarkable system for this airplane. As you're in the approach phase, as we are, references for both the approach speed and the ref speed. In addition, there's a 1.3 reference bug, which is a white caret that's viewable currently on the display, and a low speed awareness cue, which is a red tape that progresses up from the bottom of the airspeed tape to alert the pilot of impending stall were you to actually decelerate to that speed. Speed brakes deploy. 2 unlock, 2 deploy. Basically what I was pointing out during flight is evident on shutdown, and that is the attention-getting nature of the exceedances for, in this particular case, oil pressure. Now there are no digits on the oil pressure to alert the pilot were they to turn red, but the tapes themselves will turn red and provide information to the pilot that there has been an exceedance.
I wish everybody had a legacy aircraft like this. Provides me with the ability to enhance safety for my performance and my operation.
It's clear, it's concise, it's usable, and that's what makes it great.
Well, the Citation 5 has really changed the way that we can do business now. Previously, if we wanted to make a trip to North Dakota where we have a substantial amount of business, it would more or less take an entire week and very inefficient to do so. Now we can leave in the morning and we're back by supper. We can take care of business, and it has really revolutionized, I think, the efficiency and the capabilities that we have. The AdViz system just brings such a substantial amount of safety to the piloting of the aircraft, and it's nice to know as a family business we've got family members on board and we'll know that they get there safely. Okay, Terry, you ready to get going?
Let's go.
All right.